Recently, I bought some new studio monitors only to discover that they had a terrible ground hum in them when I would plug it in. It took me several weeks to be able to figure this out and resolve the issue, so I decided to make this video today to try to help you in case you are having the same issue. What kind of setup do you have at home? Let me know down below. I'm interested to hear. When I plugged in my monitors, I was getting this terrible hum. As an audio engineer, somebody who messes with audio all the time, it was pretty bad and to the point where I couldn't really use it. I had to get rid of that ground hum in order for it to work. My first recommendation is to plug your monitors into one electrical source. This can heavily eliminate a lot of the noise that you might be getting. It worked for me as soon as I tried to change my monitors into one power source. However, I understand that this can't always be done for everybody. If you only have two outlets coming off the wall, you're going to need to get an extension cable, and that might not be the cleanest power either. So my recommendation is to get a power conditioner. I was able to get one online for just over $100. It has 9 outlets on it, so I could take almost everything and plug it just into this power conditioner and get really clean power. It's really nice clean power with a lot of noise elimination, and it really helped my signal right off the bat. There are a couple other things that we need to go over in this video just in case, but that is a huge one that I highly recommend. For me, I'm plugging in my left Yamaha, my left JBL, my right Yamaha, my right JBL, my subwoofer, my USB hub, and my audio interface into the power conditioner, and by plugging them all into the same thing, it eliminated all the ground hum and I have clean signal able to use it. Definitely try that out. I would also recommend you use high quality cables. You want to use a TRS cable coming from your audio speaker, your monitor, into your interface. That is a tip ring sleeve cable. I personally use Megami's as I find that they're very, very high quality, really good shielding, really good connectors in general, and they have a lifetime warranty. Yeah, they're expensive, but it is well worth getting really good quality audio cables, as that can clean up a lot of noise too. So if you have any leftover noise, that can really kind of help that out. Tip number 3 for you is to check your cables. And I know that sounds like it's like, well, duh, dude, check your cables. Make sure that your cables are good. But you would be surprised how often it's just a simple bad cable. Make sure that you take your speaker when it's working and swap cables. If you hear the noise come in when you change the cable, well, then you know that cable is the issue. You can get rid of that cable, or you can repair the cable if you know how, and your noise should go away. You'd be surprised how often it's just a simple cable that's causing so much noise in your signal. Connect your audio interface directly to your computer instead of into a USB hub. My USB hub takes power because it's a little bit more efficient that way. It doesn't give me errors when I have a ton of things plugged into my USB hub. But when I plug my audio interface directly into it, I can get latency or noise. Sometimes this could be the case. If you take your audio interface and plug it right in to your computer, this could help eliminate noise, especially for me when I'm using what am I using? Especially for pieces like universal audio, something that might be a bit more heavy duty. Try plugging that right into your computer and seeing if that helps with your issue. Make sure that your speakers coming from your audio interface are TRS cables. That is tip ring sleeve, as that's what you want to use with studio monitors. One more thing I want to talk about: self noise. All items that have an electrical current running through them can have some self noise. So that's just the sound of the piece of equipment while electricity is running through it. Almost everything has self noise, although the more professional the gear, the less self-noise it'll have. The least amount of self-noise possible is important because when you're recording, you don't want any of that in your signal. So try to get something with not a lot of self-noise, although you'll be able to typically hear the difference. There's one other thing I want to cover: faulty equipment. There's a chance that your item is faulty. If you've done all of these things and it's still making noise or a bad sound that doesn't sound like a ground hum, that could just be the simple fact that it's faulty piece of gear. I hope this isn't the case for you, but if that is the case, then you will need to get a new piece of gear, a new studio monitor, a new speaker, whatever it might be. But if it's a ground sound, if it's a 60 cycle hum, it's usually going to be one of these other things that I mentioned, and I hope that one of these things works for you. So let me know, did this solve your audio problem? If it did, if this got rid of your sound annoyances or your ground hum, please let me know, as this kind of stuff worked for me. It was driving me crazy. Leave a comment. I would love to hear more from you. And if you like this kind of stuff, please leave a subscribe and a like, as I'd like to help others who might be having the same issue. My name's Cliffhanger, and I'll see you guys the next time that I see you.